On the Square. I fell in love with her when I heard her sing Back to Black. I got goosebumps and I started to shiver. I felt Amy's spirit. She lived through Sharon. Her execution was flawless. I had never witnessed talent like that before. She was amazing. She felt familiar. My dopamine level spiked to new levels. I loved watching her on the stage. She made me happy because now when I went to the theater, I'd hear Amy. Everything just felt like divine intervention, like a higher power was in control, like the universe was conspiring in my favor, like I finally made it. It was my first week on the job on the Square as the stage manager, Daphne Kuhn on the credits. For me, it was a dream job because I'd get to interact with fellow content creators. Theatre on the Square is known for hosting the best talent in the country, if not the world. And for me, the opportunity to be a spectator of greatness was heaven. I had seen Nothing But the Truth, written by John Gani, starring Sello Make Kancube, Mbali Nhlapo, and Ziafora Dakile. It was a spectacular show. Honestly, the best I had ever seen. I saw it twice. I remember after the show, I saw Mbali near the box office. I remember feeling the urge to go up to her and congratulate her on the great show. So I did. I went up to her and told her that her performance was awesome. I hugged her and I walked away. I meant it too. Everybody in the production excelled with flying colors. First time I went to the theater, I watched Home Affairs starring Sello, Ramahloane, and Lawrence Joffe. I went to the theater with the hopes of getting a job. Lucky for me, Daphne was at the box office. I talked to her and gave her my CV, but the theater wasn't hiring. COVID sent the whole industry on its knees, and the theater didn't have sponsors to sustain the expenditures of the business. To cut matters short, there was not enough money coming through. I persisted and made my case stating that I just love content and I just need a chance. She relented, if not compromised, and offered me a ticket to watch Home Affairs the next day at 8 o'clock. At that moment, the heavens opened up and I heard choruses of hallelujah in my head. I took her up on her offer and went the next day, and I loved the show. Of course, one ticket for one show was never going to be enough for me. I needed more. The theater door was the door I'd been looking for my whole life. The stage, the lights, the sound, and the live performance. For me, getting a job on the Square was never about money. I felt establishing connections was key for the long run, and ultimately, I started working there for free, for the love and happiness it gave me. But Daphne did give me money for transport, a wonderful gesture. She changed everything for me. After Home Affairs, I sent an email to Daphne, thanking her for opening up this beautiful world of theatre for me, and I asked for more tickets. She obliged me, and with that, I started coming to the theatre more often. I saw every production. It was not until the dress code that I was welcomed to the family. Regina Dube, who started alongside Daphne in the early days of the theatre, took a liking to me straight away and offered to take me under her wing so I can learn more about theatre. I accepted. Loftus taught me how to operate the lights. He was the technical guy in charge of the sound and lights. He had a great taste in music, level-headed, calm, the voice of reason, showed care and love towards his work, and was always good to me. He was a great guy. I admired and respected him. Melida was accommodative, kind, and beautiful. She was the person I looked forward to seeing at the theater. Malibone was the light that brightened my day. She had a smile that radiated and always made me feel welcomed and at home. Reggie was the guy who opened the door for me when I started for the first time that Monday. That's the day I first heard Sharon sing Back to Black. It was like I was floating on clouds, like I was one of the 144,000 people selected to go into heaven, like everything was finally coming full circle. Of course, her co-stars are on a level of excellence. Laurie is a different beast when she's on the stage. She lights up. You can literally see light emitting through her pores. She glows, no hyperbole. She is witty, comedic, intelligent, and a great singer. She is the tempo of the show, the heartbeat, the soul. Ntambo is powerful, assured, heartfelt, and dominant. Also a great singer. When she sings My Mother's Savage Daughter, the whole world is at her mercy. She doesn't even need the piano. She performs it a cappella style. She's on the stage barefoot with her dreadlocks dangling either side of her shoulders. She is raw and empowering. She is amazing. One of the top highlights of the show. And Cliff, of course, murdering it on the piano. No mistakes. 10 out of 10 performance. Every day. Shout out to Craig Jackson with the show Defending the Caveman. A great show I watched twice. And would be a great injustice if I left out Cat and Monkey. I loved it. It reflected so much about reality, about how toxic codependent relationships can be. It was funny and relatable. I knew the characters on the stage firsthand. Daniel Retief and Roland von Gerich executed extremely well. Even with that, Sharon takes the cake for me, mainly because of Amy. Laurie helped immensely at the end of the song. Her song, Black Velvet, converges at the end with Back to Black, and the end result is a masterpiece. It was the day everything finally came together, and Amy Winehouse was the soundtrack. I felt blessed, and everything made sense. Postscript. A big congratulations to Amanda Botma. Vincent is a masterclass on theatre. When I heard Jermaine Hamid playing the piano in rehearsal, I thought he was the best piano player in the world. And I told Daniel Anderson his talent was on another level. After the first show, I told Jermaine that he's the best piano player in the whole wide world. And well, Daniel, I told him he's the GOAT. That's the best I had. It wasn't even hyperbole. It was the general consensus. You just have to see Vincent for yourself. Vincent always had people on their feet clapping and clapping. It was warranted too. It's a great show. I am proud to have been a part of the production staff for the dress code and Vincent, Daphne Kuhn on the credits.